Hello, everyone. I'm Kevin McKinnon, the editor of Triathlon Magazine Canada, and I am here with Penticton's own, Canada's own, Jen Annette, and you're getting ready for the World Championships right here in your hometown.
Yes, I am. It's very exciting, actually, to be able to hold this event here and definitely be a part of it, being a local athlete.
Now, for those who don't read our magazine, and all of you should, you won't know that I did a great story on Jen and her amazing journey to this point. I don't know if do you have like a 1-minute version of getting you there, or we can take two if you need to. It has been an incredible journey for you.
Yes, it has. I mean, it definitely is a little bit more than a 2-minute kind of story on how I got here. Yeah, I mean, my journey started right here in my hometown in 2008 when I did my first Ironman ever and qualified for Hawaii and got hooked on the sport ever since then.
And sorry, you were an age grouper at that point, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't start racing pro till 2013 after I had my son. So, yeah.
And so 2000, and I can't remember when because you have epilepsy, and that sort of came on out of nowhere.
Yeah, so in 2008, when I qualified for Kona, my last training ride, I was actually hit by a car. And ever since then, I started getting these weird little spells. And medical professionals just brushed it off as training-related electrolyte imbalances and whatnot. And it was kind of put on the side burner until 2010 when I had a grand mal seizure. And then they decided that, I'd been having little seizures for the last couple of years since that accident, and diagnosed me with epilepsy about 6 months later. So, and that was definitely a dark moment. I mean, I pretty much had all my independence taken away from me at that point. They told me that I needed to give up the sport. I couldn't train, shouldn't be riding a bike, definitely can't swim by myself. They told me I couldn't even sit in a bathtub by myself without somebody being around me, and that I wouldn't be able to have, if I got pregnant, that I wouldn't be able to have a normal child. So, and I'm a very independent person, so that was definitely a slap in the face, for lack of better terms. And I kind of picked myself up, continued on with life, and had a beautiful baby boy a year later, 2 years later in 2012, who's absolutely perfect. And then in 2013 decided to pursue this as a career professionally, and got right back into the sport, found ways to make it safe for me to do. Medical still didn't want me doing this, but I found ways to be smart about my training. Swimming is obviously the biggest safety concern, so I never swim by myself. The lifeguards know who I am. If I'm swimming in the lake, I'm swimming with somebody. Races, I wear a different colored swim cap. So I'm just taking all those necessary steps. I'm not willing really to give up something that I love doing and kind of shut down my life just because I've been diagnosed with this. And the amazing thing about all of this is my success in this sport now has given me the opportunity to be able to actually share my story and hopefully be an inspiration to other people. So
I think that was pretty close to 2 minutes and a great synopsis. I don't know that we're doing it justice, but one of the things I wanted to ask was, I think along the way you actually found that training, I don't know if it helped or it certainly didn't hurt.
No, so what we actually discovered is like the first couple of years that I raced pro, I was still working full time, so I wasn't racing a ton. So I had very much an off season over the winter. And what I found is that I was always having my seizures in my off season. So when I wasn't training very much, that's when I would start to have all my seizures. And then during race season, I would never have any seizures. And it wasn't a change in medication. It wasn't the only consistent thing was my training volume. And it followed this pattern very consistently. So, I mean, I can't argue that this sport has definitely made me a healthier person, mentally, physically, and obviously with my medical condition as well. So I truly believe that it's something that has definitely helped me.
You're sounding like a coach's nightmare, because now you're like, yeah, I can't take a day off. I can't take that time off. I got to just train hard all the time.
Well, no, not entirely. I mean, I don't get a lot of days off anyways, but it's mostly like a cumulative volume, basically. So, no, I hope I'm not my coach's biggest nightmare.
It's through all of this, 2017 has been, I don't know if a breakthrough year is quite the right word, but it's been a phenomenal year.
Absolutely. I mean, I guess a lot of it has been the hard work and dedication that I put in. I put in a lot of work over the winter. I had a change in nutrition sponsors this year, and have joined with F2C Nutrition, and it just a combination, I think, of that and my training has definitely given me a boost this year. I mean, I've had 3 second place finishes since the beginning of June. Victoria is 70.3, Coeur d'Alene 70.3, and Whistler, Ironman Canada. So definitely, I feel like at this point in my career, I've made a couple more steps to where my goal is. I mean, my ultimate goal is to make it to Kona and to be able to compete with those top women in the world. And I'm hopefully proving that this is a stepping stone in that right direction.
I guess there's some of us who would argue a second place in the field that was in Whistler has already put you there. But yeah, I guess, you know, getting to Kona and all of that is always a big goal.
Yeah.
First things first, so we had a huge race here, a very competitive field right here in Penticton. You got to be excited about that.
You're talking about this year?
Yeah.
Yes.
2 days from now.
2 days from now, yes. I think that this will probably be one of the toughest fields I've ever raced in. I know I've been definitely raced in some very, very stacked fields, but I mean, if you take a look at the start list, I think we both know what we're talking about. There are many world-class women that hold many titles on that.
Hella Fredrickson, the fastest ever over the half. Heather Wurtel. No, those people aren't that quick.
Okay. I mean, it's an amazing opportunity to actually be able to be on the start line with those women. If you asked me even 3 years ago, I never would have seen myself here. So to be able to be there with those women is an honor, and to be able to do it in my hometown is an even bigger honor.
Does doing it in the hometown add a little bit of pressure to it all? Or I guess there's pressure, but you've also got a monstrous support.
I think it's probably a combination of both. I've been asked this question a couple of times, actually, and I think it's actually probably myself that puts the most pressure on me. I obviously want to do well in my hometown and don't want to let anybody down here. But when it comes down to it on race day, I'm going to do the best that I can do, and that's really what it comes down to. I don't think that anybody here locally is actually putting any pressure on me. I have such an incredible support network here in Penticton. It is my triathlon family, for lack of better terms, is just absolutely phenomenal, and I know that everybody that's here in town on Sunday will be out here cheering us on, and I'm definitely looking forward to it and hoping for the best. So
is it almost at some levels a little hard because you got a little one at home to take care of, and when you're at home, like if you were gone somewhere, then you're not worrying about this. You were talking about having to take care of birthday parties and stuff this weekend.
Yeah, well, actually, it was my dad's 70th birthday yesterday, so we're having a little get-together tomorrow for him. It's actually my 10-year anniversary with my husband today, so it's it's a busy time, and I've got a 5-year-old at home. So there's definitely a few other things on my plate. Then rather than being away from everything, being away at a race, but it's nice to be involved with that kind of stuff and have that stuff around me anyways. I have so many people here to help me out with things when I need help, and just to have the positive vibes from everybody here is, they both have their benefits for sure, but so far so good. I got 2 more days to go.
Well, I'm sitting here thinking, one, you get to sleep in your own bed. 2, you got all this stuff to keep your mind off of getting nervous about a race on Sunday.
That's a very valid point. Yes. I think sometimes it definitely does keep me so busy that I don't have a chance to really think about everything that's going on. And it worked last year. Let's hope it works again this year.
So good luck on Sunday. Incredible journey. We're going to keep following this. There's lots more great racing ahead of you, I'm sure. But as I keep saying, let's get through Sunday first.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really, really looking forward to it. And I'm actually going to be racing in the 70.3 Worlds in Chattanooga in 2 weeks as well. So I got 2 World Championships to look forward to, but let's take them one at a time and get Sunday done and then put that behind me and move on to the next one.
We'll look forward to seeing it at both of these races in the next little bit. This is Jen Annette. I'm Kevin McKinnon. We're here in beautiful Penticton, British Columbia, Canada, getting ready for the ITU Long Distance World Championship, which will be on Sunday. Thanks for joining us.